These 8 video topics are proven based on data to generate the most number of not only leads, but leads that turn into consistent closed deals for real estate agents on YouTube. But I'm not only going to explain what these videos are, I'm also going to share with you YouTube channels that you can check out that have excelled at these exact videos so that you also have a reference. Now, the important part of the videos and the YouTube channels I'm going to share with you is that these aren't the unicorn stories. I find that every time people share recommendations on YouTube, it is from the people with tens of thousands of subscribers, and you kind of sit there and wonder, well, that's great for them, but I'm just getting started out. Is it gonna work for me? And so I'm going to share very relatable YouTube channels that started out just like you and are closing consistent deals every single month for free from their YouTube channels. What's up? My name is Mike Sherrard with eXp Realty, and I've trained thousands of agents on how to leverage YouTube in order to scale their business. And I've created some of the most successful YouTube channels in the entire industry with brand new agents closing over $1 million in commission. Now, if you would like to see an entire free 90-minute masterclass on exactly how to leverage artificial intelligence to automate the majority of YouTube so that if you're a beginner, introverted, or scared of the camera, you can launch a 6-figure YouTube channel in the next 12 months, just click the link in the description or the pinned comment and you'll be taken to an entirely free training that will show you everything. But let's dive into what these 8 video topics are. And it's not only proven based on data of the hundreds of hours that I've done with my own agency, because we've coached agents on how to launch their YouTube channels, like the many I'm gonna share with you, but I've also done deep research using platforms like ChatGPT, Gemini, in order to verify this data. So let's dive in and share with you what videos you should be focusing on if you want a ton of closed deals. Okay, so the first one is going to be a living in your city series. So to give you some context here, this could be videos like living in Austin, 5 things you need to know, pros and cons of living in Austin. And these are going to be really great for generating not only relocation leads, which are kind of like the FSBOs and expireds of the lead generation world when it comes to organic content, meaning it's the lowest hanging fruit and thus the easiest leads to generate, but it's also going to help you generate some local business as well. Now, the YouTube channel I recommend you checking out for this is Living in Ottawa. This is Peter Tulin. He's an incredible guy. He closes on average about 50 to 60 deals every single year from his YouTube channel. Now, his channel is not only focused on this very specific topic about living in Ottawa, hence the name of his channel, but also he excels at another one of these categories, which we will get into on point number 3. But I encourage you to not just go take a peek and see, oh, he's doing these videos, but watch each of these videos. When you go check out these YouTube channels, don't just browse, sit down and consciously, with intent, watch their videos, look at their thumbnails, look at their delivery, look at their call to actions, and see what are they doing well that you can replicate in your own market in order to generate consistent results. Because it's not just about recording a video on topics that based on data generate the most leads, but the delivery of it is also really important in terms of the value that you're sharing in that video. So if you want to get the most out of this, make sure that you grab a pen and paper and start to take notes of what you can do to replicate what Peter is doing in your own market. Now, the second category is going to be cost of living and affordability in your market. Now, all of the YouTube channels that I'm going to reference are again going to be not only in the description, but also the pinned comment, so check them all out. But a couple things that relate to this very specific topic, because whenever people are looking to move to a market, they're always curious about the affordability. And that's why this category generates a ton of relocation buyers. This is going to be like the cost of living in Denver, or is Denver still affordable in 2025, 2026, or whenever you're recording this video? Now, that's also a really good point that I want to share with you. And if you have any questions about any of these videos, drop a comment below. I do look at 100% of the comments, and I want to make sure that I answer any questions that you have. But the cool part about all of these videos is that they are always relevant. I've been coaching real estate agents on how to leverage YouTube for the last 5 years, and every single year, for the last 5 years, these have been the exact same topics that data shows are the most popular videos for generating leads. So the cool part is whether you watch this video the moment it comes out or whether you're watching it in 1, 2, 3 years from now, it will always be relevant. Why? Because it's based on human behavior. It's based on people either A, making a decision to relocate to your market and the psychology and thought process that goes into that decision, or people that already live in your market and are looking to relocate within your market. And so that's always going to be the same no matter what year it is. I just wanted to put that out there. So what YouTube channel should you check out for affordability video references? It's going to be Arizona Dreamin'. This is by one of my business partners, Brian Elder, incredible guy, and he went from being a struggling new agent with no money to closing 6 figures per month in commission from that very YouTube channel. The third category is going to be top neighborhoods and where to live in your market. There's actually 2 YouTube channels that I'm going to recommend here, one male, one female. Both have different approaches, but both are focused on the same topic. So what video topics would fall into this category? It's going to be things like top neighborhoods based on demographics. So it could be top neighborhoods based on young families, top neighborhoods for young professionals, top neighborhoods for bachelors or people looking to downsize or retire. It's going to make sure that it speaks directly to a target avatar and a specific audience, which is why these videos perform so well. A couple other things that you could do with this category is going to be map tours. This is one of the best videos that I recommend every person on YouTube recording, which is pulling up Google Maps and then doing a map tour for anybody that's looking to relocate to your market. And this is gonna show them, hey, here's where downtown is, here's where the suburbs are, here's some of the hottest communities based on young families, young professionals, trendy, hipster, maybe if you want to be close to some of the best schools or amenities or shopping, golf courses, whatever that might be. But it's a really good video because number one, everybody looking to relocate to your market is interested in this. And number 2, more importantly, the watch time of those videos is incredibly high because people have to follow along with your video to get an understanding of the lay of the land. And so this is one of the best videos that you can put out. Now, 2 YouTube channels that I recommend. Number 1, we've already talked about him, Peter Tulin, living in Ottawa. He has done a community and a neighborhood tour on almost every single neighborhood in his market center, which is insane. So if you want to see neighborhood tours, that's probably the best channel for you. The second channel is Steph Bartone. So you can check out her YouTube channel. And Steph was more of a late bloomer, but now she's absolutely crushing it. Where in the beginning, she was putting out all of these videos, but didn't really have her niche until she looked at the data. Then she saw that these neighborhood tours were generating the most engagement and went all in on those. And now that's what's bringing her the majority of her business. And she again is an absolute rock star, a smaller YouTube channel, but still closing over 6 figures every single year with a small audience. Video category number 4 is going to be guides about moving to your city. So we've already talked about video topic 1, which is living in your city. Now we need to go a layer deeper and talk about moving to your city. These are going to be videos like what you need to know before moving to Cape Coral, or don't move to Cape Coral unless you understand this, and share some of your secrets and best piece of advice. And truthfully, if you don't know what to say in any of these videos, ChatGPT will give you the script and the answers so you don't even have to think about it. So be resourceful, don't overcomplicate this, because that's exactly what our next recommended YouTube channel did, which is Barry Cessna. So Barry is a middle-aged man who is terrified of the camera, who is massively introverted, and with a small YouTube channel, less than 200 subscribers, he closed over $101,000 in commission in 1 month using ChatGPT to write out the entire script and then just followed along with this exact category of videos, hence why I used the reference of Cape Coral, because that's where he is located. So if you want to check out what you should be doing in order to generate consistent closed deals with a small audience, even if you're introverted or have no experience, Barry Cessna is the channel to reference. Number 5 is market updates. There is one channel and one channel only that I know is absolutely dominating with this, but I hear a ton of YouTube coaches saying, don't record market updates. Why? Well, they're telling you that, and their defense on that is that they're saying those videos are not evergreen. That means that they don't last forever, they're not relevant forever, which is incredibly valid and true. However, they generate the most number of seller leads and they generate consistent buyer leads. Why? Even though it's not going to be something that is going to last forever, because if you do a market report for this month, next month the data has changed. But if you can make this a constant part of your process where every month you do one of these, well, people generally want to know the data and the market information before they make a decision of whether to buy or to sell. And this is why oftentimes, especially if you're analytical or if you just use ChatGPT again to give you all of the data on a month-by-month basis, so within seconds you can know all of the data to talk about in one of these videos, it's going to position you as a credible source, an authority, and somebody that is knowledgeable about the market center. Because let's face it, the average person thinks that the average realtor doesn't really know what they're talking about, even though we know, especially if you're watching these videos and thus trying to learn, that that's not the case. There are some people like that, but there's also a ton of people like you that actually are valuable resources to your local market. But you have to show that. And one of the best ways to show that is data, unpacking the data and positioning it as to how it impacts buyers and sellers. And pro tip here, if you position your language properly and the narrative around sellers and or buyers, you can start to get more of each. And what I'm referring to there is Adam Fyfe is the YouTube channel that I recommend. He does multiple market updates every month because it's the only videos he puts out. And with his videos, he generates sometimes over 50 seller leads a month. Why? Because the narrative he takes on his videos is addressing sellers' concerns and thus generates a ton of seller leads. Video number 6, home tours. Now, let me talk about this. Number 1, this generates the most views in most cases. Number 2, that's also going to be, unfortunately, some of the lowest intent views, because the average person doesn't just come home from work after a long day and sit down and think, you know what, instead of watching something on Netflix, I want to watch a video about the affordability in your market. Nobody really does that. However, a lot of people are genuinely interested in real estate. So there are some people that just want to browse homes and see really beautiful properties. So that's why it gets a ton of views. However, if you look at a channel like Soomin Kim, who did 87 deals in his first year, over $1 million in commission, and he's now done over 200 million in volume, 5 million in commission in 3 years from property tours, it becomes a portfolio. And this is why it generates sellers and other listings, because people want their property marketed just like that. Category 7, comparisons. These videos crush, and not many people do them. So if you do them, it's gonna give you a huge opportunity. What are these? Well, let's say you're living in Florida. A good example would be Tampa versus Orlando, where should you move? If you're in Texas, it can be Dallas versus Houston, right? Any of these pillar cities that people are consciously making a decision to move here or there based on your market, these videos do incredibly well because it helps pull the audience from people not just looking to move to Dallas, but also everybody looking to move to Houston. And so now you're actually doubling the reach. And you could do this not just on a city level, but you could also do it on a community level. And I recommend doing that as well. So it could be this popular neighborhood versus that popular neighborhood, which one? But comparison videos are really powerful because number 1, it's incredible insight and it's a very easy video to do because again, ChatGPT with the right prompts can give you all the reasons why. But number 2 is that you're now doubling the audience that's gonna be interested in that video. Now, category number 8 is going to be local lifestyle. One of the most untapped, biggest opportunities that not many people actually do. What is local lifestyle compared to living in your city, which is category number 1? Well, local lifestyle is going to be highlighting top restaurants, top ice cream spots, top things to do, tourist attractions, events that happen. If there's a popular event, like here in Calgary, we have Calgary Stampede, doing event coverage of that. If you can start to become the local expert, this does wonders for closing deals. Why? Well, number one, nobody else is really doing it. Number two, you leveraged earned media, because if you highlight other local businesses, you can tap into their audiences. So if your audience is smaller in the beginning, well, you can double that very quickly by tapping into somebody's audience that has a bigger one or just a different one than yours. But the third component is that the average realtor creates content for the 1%, which is the 1% looking to buy, sell, invest, or relocate now. The problem is that's 1% of your market. What about the 99% that aren't yet in that decision-making process, but eventually will be? That's where the local lifestyle videos do incredible, because now if you do the other 7 categories, you're getting in front of people looking to make a decision today. But if you do the last category, then you're going to get in front of the 99% of people that other agents aren't getting in front of. And eventually, when they make a decision to buy, sell, invest, or relocate, you're the one that they think about. So those are the 8 categories. If you have any other questions about any of them, drop a comment below and I'll make sure that I answer it. Make sure you check out that free training as well. And if you want to see an entire breakdown step-by-step of how to crack the YouTube algorithm in order to get more engagement, more views, subscribers, and leads, and the secret formula that nobody else really understands in order to outperform your competition, check out this next video, because I walk through it in detail, step by step, just for you.